So we decided to paint our gutters black because they were in really good condition, and we thought it would be a waste to go ahead and get new gutters and have them put up when these are perfectly fine gutters. So today I'm going to go through the process of how we got our gutters to look like this, starting from this. As you can see, these are, like a mauve color. And so we wanted to go ahead and bring it up a little current and do black so that it matched with the shutters that we have in the front. And so that it just looks a little bit more, polished and clean. First things first, you're gonna need to find a very good, solid paint. I went with Sherwin-Williams Weather Shield, mold, mildew, algae resistance. It's pretty expensive. It's about 70 bucks, but really you probably only need one of these. I've already done the front, and I think I've only used like a quarter of the can. So I think you'll probably only need one, and really the type really does matter. I got mine at Lowe's, and here is, if you want to screenshot that, this is exactly what I got. And it's the black color, and I really do like it. It's holding up very well. The first one that I showed you out front that we painted that about 4 months ago, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's no chips, nothing like that. And we do live in North Carolina where there's a lot of thunderstorms, so it's withhold and it looks great. The next thing that you're going to want to get is a sprayer. This is something you really kind of need for this job. I mean, I just cannot see painting it by hand, how that would really work with all the streaking that some paintbrushes may do. Although it may work, I just think this is just such a better way of doing it. So I've already taken down this gutter, and I put it up on some racks so that it's away from the grass. You don't have to put it up on a rack. You can use chairs. You can use, a really long sheet, or double it. Some kind of protection if you're gonna have it on the grass. You can always do it out front on your pavement, whether it be your driveway or even the street. But since we're trying to clean off these gutters and prep them to be painted, you really do want them away from anything that might end up back on top of them. So here's my very long gutter. It looks a lot shorter when it's up on the house, but it's a very long gutter. And then you'll want to either have a pressure washer. You do not need to purchase one of these just for this particular project. These things are very easy to clean. If you want to just get a hose and a magic eraser, all you have to do is get off any, like paint from over time. Of course, any kind of spider webs or bird droppings or whatever you see on here. We want to get this as clean as possible. I'm just showing you what it looks like when it comes right off of the house, and I just put it right up here. It's pretty dirty, looks pretty gross, but it's still in really, really good condition. There's nothing wrong with this gutter. It's a solid gutter, and so we just really thought it was a waste. Very expensive too to get new gutters put up. So we're going to see how this project goes. Now, if you are using a pressure washer, I would suggest tying them down. I just use kind of the tie that you can get at Home Depot for like $4 for a roll that you can tie off yards with. I'm just tying this down because last time I had pieces flying around my backyard. You make sure that you have all of the gutter parts separated because you really want to clean everything, all separate pieces. Here's my downspout. This one's kind of wobbly. I don't know if it's going to stay. This whole thing might not work, but I'm going to try it out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start pressure washing it, and we'll let it dry and see what it looks like. So now that it's done and it is cleaned and wiped down, I wanted to show you what the final clean result looks like. I mean, you're not going to get it completely clean, but they are very clean. Really, prepping is the key to a good paint job. Everybody knows this, so you really want to make sure that the prep job is good and clean. And so I'm going to let the rest of this dry while I go inside and get my sprayer ready. So I went ahead and moved my little setup here closer to the house because I have a sprayer and it's not electric. I'm sorry, it's not battery, it is electric, so I have to plug it in. But I went ahead and put the black inside there. I got it all primed, and now I'm gonna go ahead and spray my first coat, which I'm gonna do on the side up, because this is the side that if it gets a little bit like jaded or a little bit like scratched, it's okay. So I'm gonna let you see me do that. Okay, so now this is after the first coat. So this is the top. This is the part that you will not see. This is the back top. So you will not see this. But I still want to get it done. Still want to spray it. I also did a first coat on the downspout. As you can see, it's still a little blue. This black looks blue until it's dried. It's a very industrial black. So this would be the first coat. I did this coat probably within 5 minutes with this little sprayer. I promise you, this thing is great. So I would definitely recommend it because it would probably take you a few days to do what I just did in a few minutes with a roller. So I think you can get one for about $100, maybe even $75 at Harbor Freight Tools. Anyways, I'll be back to do the next side. I flip this over so now that we can see the bottom part. So this is actually the part that you will see from the house, like when you're looking at it. It's the bottom and the front side. So of course I've already put a light coat on one side, and now I'm going to finish spraying the rest of it. And I will do 2 coats on this part to make it look really nice and to make sure that everything looks good, and then we will put it up. This is what that other side is going to look like. Okay, so here's the final. It is completely like soft. It's not sticky, so it's completely dry. Everything has been completely sprayed. It's all black.